Yeah.
Where do you feel like this started turning around? Was it in college? Was it post-college? Like, when did you start feeling the pull of Jesus personally?
Yeah. Great question. So the big moment was August 7th, 2016. So I was driving from a bar. I was not drunk. I had just, went to visit some friends. And I'm crossing a highway that had a traffic light. And I just remember looking to my left and seeing car headlights. And the guy that hit me, T-boned me on my side, was going about 100. There were multiple witnesses that saw the accident.
Oh,
And,
sorry. So car headlights like right next to you.
Yep.
Oh, I'm like, they're down the road. There's cars coming, so I won't go. No, you're talking. Oh, okay.
And people asked me, like, and the witnesses saw this too. They said, well, why were the headlights up here? So the guy was going up a ramp, and he was going so fast because he was drunk driving that he actually was airborne. So the headlights were actually coming down onto me. So they hit directly behind my head. And I was knocked unconscious for, like, I don't know. It's weird when you're going through something like that. Like, you don't know how long you were in and out. But I remember feeling the impact, or hearing the engine, seeing the headlights, feeling the impact. I remember coming to. I remember seeing the airbags inflate in slow motion. Like, I've never had like a full adrenaline rush. So it was terrifying, but also kind of like, man, Spider-Man. Like, like, I was like, I kind of wish I had that power now. Oh, gosh. But, like, I don't want to make it happen
so
again.
That's the secret. You just got to be on an adrenaline high the whole time.
But yeah, I remember watching the glass just kind of floating around me. And I remember the windshield in front of me looks like the Star Wars, like when they're like going into light speed. Like,
yes.
Just,
yeah.
Because what happened was my car was actually spinning like a top. So... yeah, which I'm surprised it didn't roll over. That's why I bought another Kia Soul after that. Like, people ask me, why do you keep buying? I'm like, because of that accident.
Because I'm alive.
Yeah, exactly.
That's an investment.
Yeah. So there was
shout out Kia. That's a plug. You get a plug.
Right? Yeah. Got the hamster car. Woohoo. But yeah, during that moment of the lights, seeing the lights through the windshield, I remember feeling one of the darkest things I've ever felt, and it was a thought. And I remember thinking, like, I want to die, but it was not. It was more of like, put me out of my misery, because it was the most terrifying thing I had ever experienced in my life, and it was just kind of, and I was just spinning, and I just hearing that thought so clearly, and just being like, knowing, like, I felt a tugging to. Blackness, like dark, like nothingness. But then, and that was to my left where the car came from. But to my right, it was like I knew God was there. It was really weird. Like, not like actually physically present, but like I knew God is like real almost. Like I was like, okay, like God. And so, and then what happened was I got knocked out again because I was spinning so fast. I went into another car and totaled that car as well, because that's how fast I was spinning.
Wow.
And then I came to, and it was long road to recovery, mainly with like cognitive abilities. It took me a while to like be able to talk normal again. So, and so 3 weeks after that accident, I was like, man, I don't want to go like where like I felt myself going to during that accident. Like, I want to go towards like God. And I was like, you know what? I'm tired of dealing with this like thought of I can't be saved. Like, people like me can't be saved. Like, but I also know like there has to like God has to love me. Like there's no way that it's just like some people don't get to be loved from birth. And I was like, I'm tired of people telling me it's a choice. I'm tired of people telling me like certain things. So I went on YouTube and found a sermon. It's really cool to watch. It's called "Is God Anti-Gay" by Sam I'm blank on his last name. Sam something. Albury. Sam Albury. And his broadcast came from a church called The Village, which I didn't live far from, where Matt Chandler is the pastor at. And so after watching the sermons, I said, like, I want to go to church. Like, I want to try it out. And then this is where it kind of became like like the rescue portion of people's story that everyone talks about, where they're like, I walked into church and it was like everything I needed to hear. It was so weird. Like God was just speaking to me. So I do that 3 sermons. And then I was so excited. I was like I feel something, you know, I feel like maybe I'm ready to talk to God. And then this is where it gets funny. So I remembered back in the day, like there were weeknight churches, and so I said, hey, where's y'all's Wednesday night service? And the person working the front desk, like, thank God for their mistake, but they said, oh, it's here on Wednesday nights at 7:00. I said, okay. Well, I didn't know, because they didn't tell me, or they must have like not realized what I was asking. I walked into the recovery group that night, and it's just funny because like when I've led recovery stuff, like people are like, man, it took me like a month of just pulling up in the parking lot, driving away, and I said I didn't know I was going into it, so I was like,
that's crazy. Okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
So yeah, and then that's when I really felt like God calling me, and I felt like I was supposed to be in the right spot, and God just like he made it so easy. Like I thank him all the time for how easy he made it for me, from being someone who like resented the church, who thought like the church was only meant for certain people, that God only saved certain people. Like as much as I resented God, I was so thankful that he made it just so easy. Got into recovery, got plugged in, met a group of guys who were like, hey, let's go camping. And so I just you repair yourself like when you confess. Like sin loses its power when you speak its words. So you try it sometime. Like if you have like a burden, like everyone has a burden that they don't talk about sometimes, and it's just like
this is the guy I unload all of mine on. So
oh, good.
He knows.
Well, don't you feel like better after you say it, and you're like, wow, it's not
absolutely.
So
I love hearing that like Jesus personally showed you that warm embrace that you should have been shown all those years.
Yeah.
He like slowly undid it by like making it easy for you to come back.
Yeah.
I love that.
Well, and I love that I picked the one church that was like, because I remember going to that recovery group the first night, and they were like, what do you struggle with? And I was like, I experience same-sex attraction, like kind of like all nervous. And they're like, okay, cool, next person. Next person. And then like,
wow.
They're sharing like in these groups and stuff, like people were there for all different reasons, but there was like, it was split into like a couple of different things. One was drug addiction, which I'd also dealt with. And another was like sexual kind of immorality stuff. So it could have been like porn or anything like that. And so I was like with that group, and they were like, wow, like, you're not the first person to be here to talk about this. And, we definitely hope you're not like the last, because more people come to Jesus. And I was shown a love that I had just craved for so long, just from people in general. And it was God's love through these people. So, and it was there all along, but it took that car accident for me to see that,